How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we buy stocks and focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. We also got to put in a disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor, and this isn't financial advice. So just make sure when you do invest, you're doing it at your own risk. So the stock we're going to be talking about today is BNGO, Bionano Genomics. I told you guys already they had a catalyst that came out in regards to inking a deal with the NHS, which is the National Health System of the UK. So what is the agenda going to be? So first, we're going to be going over an article that came out that really goes further into what that deal entails and the potential and the upside that can actually come out of it. And I definitely agree with the points that are listed. And if you are a shareholder or considering building out a position, it's definitely a must thing that you need to check out in this video. Also, we're going to be going over the technical analysis. We want to know where those support areas are so we can get this stock at a good price. We do not want to overpay for anything, especially whether you're looking at this long term or looking at this especially for short term or swing trade opportunities. Afterwards, we're going to be checking out the institutional ownership and as well as the short interest. We want to see what is the institutional activity. How do the institutions actually feel about BNGO? I think this is key to know, especially if you're a shareholder and you're looking whether for a short-term move or for a long-term move. And then I'll be doing my final thoughts along with analyst upgrades and price targets. So let's get into it. So we're now on investorplace.com and we're going to be checking out an article that came out for BNGO, which I wanted to share with you guys. So let's get into it. So Bionano's UK deal is huge for BNGO stock. Bionano's deal with the UK's National Health Service validates the company's Sapphire system and puts it on the road to becoming a global powerhouse. BNGO's recent deal with the United Kingdom's national single-payer health insurer, the National Health System, has made me meaningfully more confident in Bionano's Sapphire system. Sapphire allows researchers to detect variations in DNA. More importantly, the agreement is very likely to be proverbial game changer for the company and BNGO stock. And finally, Bionano recently announced an innovation enabled by Sapphire that could help scientists develop much more tolerable chemotherapy drugs. Under the deal with the British insurer, two large laboratories belonging to the National Health System of the United Kingdom will utilize Sapphire through a rental agreement. Bionano reported in on April the 21st press release as a part of the deal, the NHS has made a commitment to purchase consumables for Sapphire over time. In other words, in addition to renting Sapphire, the insurer has agreed to buy multiple products from Bionano that support the system. As a result, the deal should meaningfully boost Bionano's top and bottom lines in 2021 and for years to come. More confidence and game changer. Both of the NHS labs that are renting Sapphire will use the system to research hematological cancers that affect the blood, the bone marrow, and lymph nodes. Additionally, one of the labs will also evaluate Sapphire for the detection of structural variants in patients with developmental delay, infertility, rare disease, and other genetic diseases. Before making the major financial commitment, the NHS experts almost definitely evaluated Sapphire's capabilities and determined that there's an excellent chance that the system can produce breakthroughs in hematological cancers and many other diseases. So NHS decision to utilize Sapphire greatly supports my long-held positive thesis on Sapphire and my bullish view on BNGO stock. My thesis is largely based on the idea that Sapphire will enable diseases to be more effectively and more cheaply researched than competing products, while helping scientists and doctors more accurately determine which patients are more vulnerable to illnesses. The NHS decision to utilize Sapphire raises my confidence that it can indeed perform these very valuable functions. From a financial and marketing standpoint, I think that the NHS deal will turn out to be a huge game changer for Bionano. The UK is one of the most prominent countries in the world with close ties to other major English-speaking nations, other Western European countries, and many of which former colonies such as India, Pakistan, Singapore, Malaysia, and Israel. Consequently, if Sapphire proves to be very beneficial for the UK's NHS, and I believe it will, then many other nations will likely hear the news and look to utilize Sapphire as well. A potential chemotherapy research tool. On April 22nd, Bionano announced that a group of scientists using Sapphire and other tools had developed a technique that is capable of determining the timing, speed, and origin of DNA replication in human cells at a coverage level that is thousands of times higher than what earlier methods such as nanopore sequencing allowed. Errors in DNA replication may result in cancer. Many chemotherapeutic drugs target and disrupt DNA replication, Bionano stated. As a result, better comprehending of DNA replication can aid scientists in developing cancer treatments which reduce side effects, the company believes. In summary, Sapphire has enabled scientists to much more effectively understand the DNA replication process, and that increased understanding may allow them to develop chemotherapy treatments with less intense side effects, consequently assuming that Sapphire's ability to fill that role becomes well established over time. The product will eventually become extremely valuable. The bottom line on BNGO stock. Bionano's deal with the NHS goes a long way towards both validating my positive thesis on the company and establishing Sapphire as a highly reputable, widely used tool. Meanwhile, the product could very well be on the road to becoming a key means for developing much more tolerable chemotherapy treatment. That in turn would make Sapphire extremely valuable. There is a great chance that the Sapphire will prove to be hugely disruptive, so the 1.72 billion market capitalization of BNGO stock is minuscule in light of the company's great potential. As a result, I recommend that investors buy the company's shares. So this is what I wanted to share with you guys, and it's part of the reasons why I'm very bullish on Bionano Genomics. The fact that they got this UK deal, it opens up so many doors and growth potential for them. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for BNGO, Bionano Genomics. So let's take a look at how it closed on Friday. So it closed the day at $6.16, being up 3.36% on the day. When we take a look at the range, ended up testing $5.82, and on the high, $6.42. So one of the things that we want to take a look at are areas of support, or some areas where we can get this stock at a really good deal if you're considering it. So right away from looking at the chart, we definitely have some area of support here right around this $5.10 level. As you can see, it's been shown here recently and also all the way back here. So that's why if it ever tested this particular level of 510, that is a big time buying opportunity, because it wouldn't stay there that long, because it's shown that it's been able to rebound when touching this particular level. Even when a lot of stocks pulled back here on March the 5th, in the beginning of March to be exact, we could see it ended up testing $5.67. It did do this recently, but look what ended up happening. Ended up making some moves to the upside, being above the 21-day, and it's looking very bullish from what we are seeing here, because it ended up closing at $6.16. Since this stock does come with a good amount of volatility, I'd be looking to add to my position anywhere in that $5 range and taking advantage of those pullbacks when they do happen. So just, you don't need to be buying it in this $6 range at all. Now, if you're taking a look at the areas of resistance here, we got to realize we have some resistance here at $7. Why is this important? Once we're able to pass this $7 area, we can look forward to seeing a strong move, reclaiming the 100-day, and then making that move to be right there, as you can see in front of you right now, into that 740 area. Past the 7, it's going to be a strong move to the 740, and then we look for it to actually get to the next level here, which would be an area of resistance right at $8. And once it gets past $8, seeing it reclaim back here to the 200-day. But for now, from what I'm seeing in regards to before the end of this week, I would not be surprised if BNGO makes that move going into the $7 range. But if it does pull back into the 5s, the mid 5s, or even lower, definitely opportunities right there if you're considering to add. And we notice this just by looking at the RSI alone. When it does test these particular areas, it's well below 30. Even back here on March the 5th, well below 30 again. It's in the teens. So definitely big time opportunities here for BNGO if you are considering it. So we're now on fintel.io. So we're going to check out the institutional ownership and as well as the short interest information for BNGO. So the total of institutional owners, quite a bit right here at 73. And as we scroll down on the page, green rows indicate new positions while red rows indicate closed positions. So when we look at what's been going down, going far back as the beginning of March, let's start from there. We can see there's definitely been some bullish behavior from many institutions. And we also see ETFs being added. We have seen some from Vanguard, which is definitely a great company and is a great institution we know very well. And we also see from Vallejo, and we also see Fidelity on this list. So during this period of time, we've had 3 institutions that close their positions. But aside from that, we have some institutions who have opened up new positions and are definitely looking bullish on BNGO. Especially as we see the moves that we see from Fidelity, we see the moves from Vanguard. Again, these are great investment firms. We also see Schwab as well. So that's something to keep an eye on and to know on your radar that many institutions are bullish on BNGO. And we take a look at the short interest information. So the short volume ratio is at 27%. So anything above 21% is significantly high. So what does this mean exactly? So from the shares that were traded on April the 21st, we had 26.1 million. Out of that 26.1 million, 7 million of those shares were being shorted. If we look at the short shares availability is around 2.2 million. And if we take a look at the short borrow free rate, which is fairly low, standing at 0.89%. We scroll down on the page, look at the previous history on BNGO, and we see at 26.88 where we just read, this is definitely a high since April the 12th, and it's gradually just been going up. So what does this mean? This means that, hey, we do have a good amount of institutions who have been shorting it as well, trying to drive the price down. That's usually when the price does pull back. It's fairly significant, and it's part of the reasons why I feel that you guys should be patient when it comes to this play. Before I give my final thoughts on BNGO, let's take a look quickly at the analyst price targets for this stock. So we could see here the price target of $13.92, which this is equivalent to 125.97% upside. Remember where the current price is right now, so this stock definitely has the potential to double. So let's take a look at it. So we have 3 analysts giving this a buy, overall strong buy rating. So on the low, we have an estimate of $12.75. On the medium, we have $13.92. And on the high, we have $15. So the current price, like I said previously for BNGO, is definitely at a steal. But again, you can get it cheaper. So for my final thoughts overall in general, I definitely do love the upside for BNGO. We know that genomics moving forward, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, is definitely going to be a high growth industry. And the fact that Bionano Genomics has the opportunity to capitalize on that is looking really good. Also, by getting the Sapphire system into the UK, if they end up using it and seeing great success with it, this will trickle down to other places inside the world, right? We have North America wanting to adopt it even further, like Canada, also the US. We also got to take a look at the other side. As it was mentioned inside the article, we could see Israel, India, Pakistan. So what happens in the UK is definitely going to be crucial. And the fact as far as the potential is concerned for BNGO to be used in chemotherapy research, like we already know how big cancer is and how much money gets poured into research and actually coming up with better treatments. And so like, I don't know what to say. This is definitely looking good. I'm going to continue to build out my position in BNGO. I'm not telling you to do that, but hey, I just want you guys to do your homework, do your due diligence, and then let me know, hey, Dre, you know what? I like BNGO too. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon. Peace.